quite a lot of research done on issues of violence against women. But I think the sharing part is not, not done very well, in a sense like, how can NGOs really use this evidence in their work? So that is the reason why we put researchers together with NGOs. We want the research to be used. And if it's not useful, then the NGOs will tell us this is not useful evidences. It doesn't work for us. It doesn't show what we want, and it doesn't help us to move the whole issue. So that is the main reason why we put the group together. And secondly, we actually plan to have a national seminar next year. We want to bring back all the seniors and the juniors together. It's not just a question of strengthening the NGOs, but we have to look back at the strategies in Malaysia. We have DVA, Domestic Violence Act. Where are we heading with all these acts, and about service, legal, public awareness, and all this kind of thing? Try to tune us into looking at what is going on in our strategies, yeah? And if it doesn't work, what will work? And the real person who can actually tell us is people on the ground. People who are actually working with the women, people who are actually seeing this in reality. So we want a working one, right? We want a task force, not a top force, to demonstrate our solidarity of women globally against violence against women.
Because all the time they will always turn back to NGOs and say, you should provide the shelter, you should do this, you should do that. But whose job, whose duty it is really when it comes to this kind of issue? And then, how can we, to me, that I'm a researcher, but I'm also an activist. I'm one of those few groups of people who we consider ourselves as an academic activist. And basically in KANITA, which is me, we are not an NGO, we are a women's development research center at the university, the only autonomous, at the moment, academic center that does research on women, based in USM. So how do we bring data, which at the moment, as you know, data on violence against women are no longer accessible from the police. Because this data dulu dia orang supply kepada Kementerian Wanita. Jadi Kementerian Wanita boleh keluarkan booklet tentang kes-kes, berapa setahun sekurang-kurangnya kes yang dilaporkan kepada polis. But now, they no longer supply that because they say it's confidential. So semua data sekarang jadi confidential. Jadi orang macam kita yang researcher pun tak boleh nak akses data ini. Kalau kita boleh akses pun dengan kebenaran, mereka mengatakan tidak boleh dihebahkan, tidak boleh ditulis. Jadi apa nak akses data? So, macam mana? Kenapa data seperti ini pun kita nak jadikan sebagai satu rahsia? Kan? Kes yang dilaporkan. Jadi, ini menjadikan sukar untuk kita menjalankan kerja. So, ini konteks yang kenapa bila kita berbincang, kita merasakan bahawa sebenarnya kita sebagai researchers tak ada limitation. Kita ada strength kita as researchers. We can go to the ground, we can try to get funds, and we can try to do research. But to bring this research further into action, there's no point. When Siti, myself, Noraida, and the gang, Intan and all, have been, the university has been commenting and critiquing that we are not publishing this data in high impact journal. So that's what the university does. Okay, high impact journal, tidak produktif. Jadi kita merasakan bahawa data seperti ini sepatutnya dikongsi dengan masyarakat, dengan NGOs, dengan policy decision maker. Jadi apa yang kita nak buat sebelum kita hantar untuk publication, kita nak supaya data ini kita jadikan satu seminar yang besar yang kita cadangkan untuk tahun depan, di mana kita akan membawa NGO dan juga policy decision makers and other stakeholders together to sit and listen to the data and say, okay, here's data that I think was done very well, and how do we use this kind of data to deal with cases of violence against women.